how I'm gonna onboard them, how I'm gonna welcome them, how I'm gonna make sure that they feel that they are taken care of. Attentiveness comes with... Hello, my dear entrepreneur friends. Welcome back to another video. Or if you're listening to this one on the Omnichannel podcast, welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to talk about attentiveness. So if you are in business, that includes humans, this video is for you. Now, attentiveness comes with recognizing the experience of the customer or the client, right? So most people, what they do, that they train a lot on how do I sell, how do I close, how do I sell, how do I close? And once you close or once you sell, you care less about what happens to the client after, right? So again, it's a global issue. It's everywhere. But the client experience starts way before, right? So in order for someone to have a positive association with your business and what you do and how you help, the experience has to be very smooth from beginning to end. From someone finding you online, to someone reaching out to you online, and to someone buying from you online, and to someone actually getting the fulfillment part, right? There are certain stages in which we can make sure that the experience is actually flawless. And in this video, we're gonna go through the stages and I'm gonna explain to you what I see where most people make a mistake. If you are making these mistakes, it's perfect. You're gonna learn from them. You're gonna make sure that people are actually feeling that they are taken care of, okay? So the very first thing is before someone becomes a client. So what usually I see, especially in coaching and consulting and in service provider businesses, which are the businesses I'm around the most, is that there are a couple of reasons and places where founders can slip. First of all, very important aspect is when someone is interacting with your content, so they comment, they see your content, they see your post, are you engaging back or you don't even care, right? That's the one thing that I see, like some people comment, they engage, you don't even bother to like the comment or engage with them back. Are they asking a questions in comments? Is there anyone who's going to respond to that question? Yes or no? Think about it, okay? It matters a lot. When they reach out to you, through Instagram, Facebook, whatever, through your website, are they met with a response? And I'm not saying, especially if you have a huge business, if you have huge followers, that you're able to respond to anyone, but do you even have someone who takes care of those incoming questions, those incoming inquiries? So whenever someone is interacting with your business prior to becoming a client, what is their experience? Can they reach you? So one of them is availability. To me, it's so important. The more I interact with businesses, the more I feel the difference between, can I call you? Can I reach out to you? Will there be an answer? Are you going to be the one answering to me? Or someone else is going to be doing that? But is that someone else a trained professional so that I feel like I'm being taken care of right before I make a decision to even come to you, buy from you, become your client? So that is the stage in which a lot of people slip because either they are overwhelmed or they don't have the capacity to be available, or they actually don't want to be available. They want to create that separation, but they don't have a person in that scenario who's well trained to take care of every single inquiries. And yes, there are AI solutions in which if you call, if you reach out, there is some kind of response you're getting, which is already light years better than not getting any response. But the way when someone is reaching out to you, can they actually get a response? Is going to be huge. And I don't have to tell you how many times you wanted to reach out to a business, how many times you wanted to connect with a business owner, how many times you wanted to call and no one picked up. It matters, right? So even before any transaction happens, how are you treating people? How are you showing up for the people? Are you responsive? Can they get an answer, or is that answer satisfactory so that before they send any money to your way, what is their experience with you? And this is something you can start thinking about right away. Again, can they reach you? Can you respond? Are you engaging back? Like, what's up? And if you have a YouTube channel, if you have an Instagram, like, doesn't matter in which platform you are conducting business, you have to also be like, okay, am I responsive here? Am I responsive here? Am I engaging back here? What is the experience of people? Are they getting ignored? Or are they feeling like they can actually reach out to your business and get a response with them? The next part is when someone wants to buy from you, okay? The buying experience. Is it a smooth experience? Can they buy from you? Are you available? Can they talk to you if they have a question? When it comes to buying, are they being pressured? Are they being pressed? Or can you be spacious? Can you be like, okay, let's see, like, let me know. It doesn't mean that you should let them go. And if they want to buy, they will buy. Okay. In my mind, if someone wants to come, you can still, if someone wants to come, they will come. If you are selling something that potentially is not something that is very comfortable for the customers or clients, but you know it's important, you can always come back with an energy of invitation. And the energy of invitation is what that is not pressuring. It's a more like, hey, I'm here, by the way. And just so you know, I'm here. I'm in your corner. That's the energy of invitation. It's a different energy than you trying to push someone into, hey, have you made your decision yet? Have you? Like, that's a different energy. The invitation in which I'm calm, I'm good, I trust the process, I'm here to help you, let me know if you need any help. Not in a, you walk into a store and be like, do you need any help? But in a more like, I'm here for you type of way, okay? That's a different experience completely. After they have transacted with your business, I'm gonna speed up the process. After they have transacted with your business, what is happening to them? Is there a process of onboarding? Do they feel welcomed? Do they feel like, thank you so much? Like, are you sending them gifts, for example, or welcome gifts? What are the ways in which you make them feel so good about doing business with you that after they made a decision to buy, they don't get the buyer's remorse, like, oh my God, what is happening? And it can be so small, you guys. It can be so small if they purchase from you. Is there any automatic email that goes out and welcomes them and telling them about the next steps? Yes or no? Sometimes we forget about those, but you have to think with your head. If you're buying something, you're clicking, you're purchasing, what is happening after matters so much, because you don't start to feel this regret of, oh my God, what did I just do? So when we put those automatic emails, thank you so much, welcome, you made a great decision, here's what's going to happen. Even if you purchase something, a product, you want to see the order details, you want to see a tracking number, you want to see something moving, processing. That's so normal, right, when you're having a buying experience. So it's very important as well to think about, okay, when they purchase from me, do I have an SOP? Do I have almost like a thought process of what will happen to them? How I'm going to onboard them, how I'm going to welcome them, how I'm going to make sure that they feel that they are taken care of. And again, this is such a tiny experience, and sometimes it happens and we all mess up. Like, sometimes I purchased from someone and I received a thank you email for a program that was 5 years ago. Like, they haven't even taken the time to refresh those emails to make sure that the content of the email is actually relevant and updated to my purchase, right? Like, those small mishaps, they happen. Of course, no one is perfect. But I'm trying to tell you that those matter. They can hang out, they can watch certain videos, like, they are taken care of before we get started, right? And even throughout the experience, they get the reminder emails, they get the replays if they can't make it live, so they know what's going to happen and they can be part of the experience and not feel like no one cares about them, okay? This was back in the day so important when I was running and offering Facebook ads for people. I imagine how that process is so vulnerable, because what happens is, if you don't know what will happen next, you will be out of business really, really fast, especially in that scenario, because I have to tell you, whenever I was running someone's Facebook ads, I would first have to take over their ad account, which means that I would have to walk them through a process in which they grant me access to their ad account, which is tied to their credit cards, okay? So imagine how much trust you need to have built with people and how much you need to know the process so you can confidently lead people through the process of them giving you access to their ad accounts in a way that they're, okay, I trust you, okay, so you click here, you go here, you do this. Or you could, I sent them PDF, like, hey, you copy this, you do this, but it's easier if I walk you through, because then we can do it in real time. I could have not possibly gotten access without doing it together and knowing exactly, we click here, we go here, right? So like I said, the way we know how to conduct the process after the sales, okay, let me walk you through. So first we're going to do this. And it doesn't matter actually which industry you are in. If you're a designer, okay, let me walk you through the process. So first you're going to do this, and then you're going to do this. So they feel like they are being taken care of, and also that you know what you're doing and you have a direction in which you're going, okay? And like I said, this is what makes a huge difference in terms of, can I still trust you? Because throughout the entire process, from the content that they see from you to then they reach out, then to then transacting with you, then what happens to them, you kind of need to know. They always want to know whether or not they can trust you. And sometimes those tiny details, yes, they can forgive, but at the same time, I want to tell you, people notice these details and they matter a lot. Now, what happens after, like we have the onboarding process, we know, we lead, we're confident, we know exactly what will happen. If you don't know what exactly will happen, think of the process yourself, practice it so you are confident in leading people through it. Very important. And after that, I also want you to think about, like, now they are clients, now what? Because this is something that I had to express. I think this week actually I was posting about it, like how you should never take granted when people are investing their time, money, or energy in you. Because when someone invested actual money, when someone spent time talking, engaging with you, giving you attention, coming to your programs, buying from you, coming to your, actually physically coming to an in-person event, you should never take that granted. Make sure that they always feel welcome, they're taken care of, and they are having a great experience. Now, obviously, it depends on the scale of business that you have. You cannot possibly check in with every single person all the time to be like, how are you? How's everything? If you have a huge organization, you cannot possibly get around talking to everyone. But if you are lucky and you are in a category of more premium, you don't have a huge volume, but every single person has a huge lifetime value because it's either hyper niche or that once they buy from you, you're probably they're gonna stick around for a while. You are the type of business that has longevity in the way you retain clients, because what you are selling or what you're providing is something that people want, and you know that, okay? So in that scenario, you can still be the one who's like checking in with people. How is this going? How's that going? And that would make them want to stay, because they're not only feeling like, okay, I spent money because I wanted to learn something, but they also feel like, but I'm being so well treated and taken care of here that I don't want to leave. I don't want to go to anywhere else. And even if, let's assume, your teachings or the experiences, perhaps they learned already something, they maxed out their learning potential, they will still stick around for you because they have such a good experience and they just enjoy being part of the community. And if you have a huge organization and you have a lot of people transacting business with you, you can't possibly talk to every single person and be like, how is this thing going for you? What you can do is you can train people. There could be customer experience or people who are specialized in checking in with people, who maintain those relationships to make sure everyone is feeling okay. Or you can design experiences in which people feel taken care of. And that's when those tiny details matter so much, right? So when someone is stepping into an environment where they come to an in-person event with you, right, and they have been with you for a while, how can you make sure that you create an experience or design an experience for them that makes them feel seen without you having to talk to them, be like, hey, how are you? Because you can't possibly cater to anyone, but you can make everyone feel seen. And this could be small things like a name card, or this can be a small things like customizing the experience for that person in a tiny way that doesn't make you go crazy, but also makes them feel seen. So what are the ways that you are currently conducting in your business that you can make people feel seen, welcome, heard, and being part of a good experience so that they want to stick around and do business with you? Does that make sense? So thank you so much for watching, listening to this video. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys